Hello, good evening. I had a pretty good day at work, fairly chill, but I've been tired tonight. I went to bed a bit later than usual, I think it was around 12:30, and I slept okay, but not great. And yeah, I think it's just caught up with me, or it caught up with me in the morning even. Like, I was fine getting up out of bed, and I got to work early still, so like, not the end of the world, but yeah, just feeling a little bit tired. And since I've come home, I went home by bus, and on the bus, I don't know why, I just felt, I don't even know if it's sick or, I don't know, just not quite right. And that's kind of not gone away. And I don't know if I'm hungry or if I'm actively like not needing food. I don't know. But it's now almost 9 o'clock and we're just gonna start making some food. We've been watching since I got home The Black Klansman, I think it's called, which is a film I remember hearing about a couple of years ago. Oh, hello.
Hiya.
But at the time didn't really interest me. But now I am enjoying it. I think we're most of the way through. I think maybe 2/3 of the way. What?
2/3 of the way through what?
The film.
This movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna have halloumi wraps, you know, just for a change, which I say ironically, not ironically. I say half jokingly, but I actually do mean it. We haven't had wraps in a while, and I'm very much in the mood. And I've got some avocado, which I'm very excited about, although I did forget to buy lemon, which I'm really annoyed about.
Did you get peppers?
No, you can go and get peppers.
Do you want me to get some lemon while I'm there?
Well, if you're going. You don't have to.
No, I'll go. I like the peppers.
Wait, hang on, I'll stop filming for a moment so we can organise ourselves. Anyway, yes, I am excited for this, and I'm enjoying the movie, so far quite a nice evening, although as I say, I am a little bit tired, but yeah, we're gonna keep going. My halloumi was going so well. I feel like I've got the hang of halloumi now, but because of our limited counter space, when it was ready, and it was really perfectly, like, just the right shade of golden, I switched off the hob, but I did not remove the pan from the hob, and now thankfully it's not burnt because I did catch it in time, but it's definitely a lot darker than I would have liked it to be, and it's just such a shame because it was so perfect. It's still edible, it's fine, but it's just really annoying, especially because we have this like electric hob or whatever it is and things stay hot. Anyway, it's fine, it's fine. Wayne's still not back. I don't know what's taking him so long. Like, all he went to get were peppers, lemon, and maybe something for dessert, but not necessarily. So, yeah, we'll see how much longer he's gonna be. But I'm having a good time, listening to some music, doing all the things. I'm sure I'll show you the end result when it's all put together. All right, the food is almost ready. There's our refried beans, there's our halloumi, there's our avocado, there's our lettuce, yay. There's Wayne's pepper. There's the wraps, although actually they're in the oven. There's a salsa, and there's dessert. What a win. Yay! Hello, good evening. I don't know if I have developed a new allergy or if there's something else wrong with me, but for the last, I don't know, week or two, I've just not been able to settle. I don't know if it's my stomach or like my esophagus, or I don't know, there's something funny going on. Or maybe I'm just not eating enough or eating too much or eating the wrong things. I don't know. Admittedly, as I mentioned the other day, I haven't had many vegetables, but it still doesn't really make sense because aside from that, I'm eating the same things I always eat. And it's just frustrating. It's just like, there's something's not right. And today I was feeling funny, partly because of food or whatever, and partly because of, I don't know if it was heat or stuffiness or I don't know, because I got to work and I was quite cold, but I didn't put the heating on or anything. I thought, no, I'll just leave it and we're fine. And then it got to a point where I could barely move my hands and I was like, right, let me switch the heating on. Only to 23, nothing like crazy. And at first it felt really nice. For a while it felt really nice, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. I feel, you know, stuffy again. So I didn't know, well, I switched it off. But then that kept happening. Every time I switched it off, it would be nice for a moment, and then I would get very cold. And then after a while, I'd put it back on, and then it would be nice for a bit, and then I would get very stuffy. It was not great. But I did make sure to drink a lot more water today than I did yesterday, because I think that was one of the things yesterday that really was not good. And I've actually eaten less today. I've had less so far today. It's about 8 o'clock now. And I do feel very hungry now. I have also just come from a dance class, but I feel like I need that. I feel like I needed to flush it out, but maybe I didn't. Maybe this is worse for me and I actually needed more food than I had. I don't know. But point is, Wayne said he's going to be home a bit later than he was expecting, so I'm going to have the leftovers because there was only enough for one person. But I think I'm also going to prep some pasta because I made a bolognese dish a while ago, which I froze, without pasta. And I took it out of the freezer a couple of days ago into the fridge, and I think it could make good lunches or supper tomorrow or whatever. So I think I'm going to boil the pasta while I heat everything else up and build my burrito and have that because I'm very hungry. The dance class, A, was so good, but B, I'm so glad I went for a multitude of reasons. Number one, I did that run on Sunday, which I was very happy with, but there was still a little bit of a twinge that wasn't going away, and that was still the case today. And I just knew it needed stretching. Like I can do that at home, but I don't because I don't have the self-discipline. So going to a dance class, and this one specifically, the warm-up, it was very good, but it was very stretch heavy. Often warm-ups will be, you start with cardio, then you do some isolations, then you usually do your stretching, and then you do like, I don't know, abs and whatever. But in this case, even the cardio bits were less like running around or whatever and more stretch adjacent. And that was just exactly what I needed. And the whole warm-up, so much of it was stretching. And I feel so much better for that. That's point one. Point two is that because of everything that's going on, I don't know what it is, because I like mentally I feel really good, but I don't know. With all that going on, I was absolutely knackered at work, and I was just like, I actually not just like from the moment I got up to the moment I, got on the tube, to the moment I got to work, to the moment I left work, I was exhausted, and all I could think was I want to get home and go to my bed. But because my friend dragged me out, and because I paid, I was like, well, I gotta go to this class. And I genuinely considered not going, but it was because I'd paid and because I'd said to my friend that I would come, that I did go. And I needed that. Even just walking to the dance class, I'd say it's about a 45-minute walk. And often I'll do it faster because I'm a fast walker. But today I was like, I am not rushing anywhere. I just need to get from A to B and I want to walk it. And again, I'm so glad I did that. Even just walking, it was tiring and I was going really slow by my standards, but just the fresh air and the rain and moving my legs, it all felt so necessary. But to be fair, by the time I got to the dance class, like before it started, I was still tired. Like that hadn't solved the problem. I really needed the dance class. And then following on from that, now I'm still a little bit tired, but I feel like I have more energy, which is crazy because you'd think a dance class would tire you out, and it was a hard class. Oh, and actually that's another point. I was really engaging my brain. I love my job, but very often it's not requiring a lot of brain power, and I like using my brain. That's why I took up maths tutoring, even though that was also fairly simple, but I miss maths. I miss doing complex things, and the other dance classes I go to have also engaged my brain, but not to the same extent as this one has, because it was just a little bit more challenging for me. The other ones have also been challenging, don't get me wrong, but this was just like a half step up, not even a full step up, but enough that my brain was going, ah! And also it was being taught much faster, which is great. Hard, but great. And like, again, just like using my brain and trying to focus on that and not being able to focus on anything else. Oh, it felt so good. So lesson learned, sometimes when all you want to do is just crawl into bed, maybe you need to move. Anyway, I am very hungry now, so I'm gonna start by having the burrito, and then if that's not enough, we'll see what else I have. I'm not gonna lie, I've been craving Biscoff all day, and I do have enough in the cupboard, so maybe I'll do something with that. But yeah, I am gonna let myself sit down now and have some food and then see how the rest of the evening goes. I think I'm just gonna watch some YouTube, to be honest, until Wayne gets home. But I feel so good. This was so needed. I don't think I've gone to I always love going to dance classes and they always feel good, but I don't think I've needed a dance class as much as I needed today's without even realizing. So yeah, feeling good, feeling great. The one thing it's really made me want to do though is pick up another tap class, because I've not gone to a tap class in a very long time, and I love tap, and it definitely requires me to use my brain more. Not necessarily my body more. You do have to use your legs and your ankles a lot, and your upper body, but not in the same way. But my brain definitely, and I feel like it's time. But we shall see when and how and what. Do you know what? I'm so grateful that I live in London and that I can just do this after work. That's lovely. But I'm rambling, I'm hungry. I'll see you in a bit. Hello, I've just come back from a run after work. It was not easy, but I did it. I ran 5 kilometers without stopping, and then I did walk a bit. But you know what? I did so many more hills than usual, so I don't mind that I stopped to walk at 5 rather than at 6 or 5.5, whatever it was last time. And actually in total, I did 6.5. So not bad. In fact, let me have a quick look. I was really annoyed because while I was at work, it was raining really heavily and I was like, yes, I want to run in that. And then by the time I got home and went for the run, it wasn't raining. And then it did start to drizzle a tiny bit, but it wasn't heavy rain at all. And then just as I've come in, it's now again slowed down. But as I came in, it was like absolutely bucketing, or at least that's what it sounded like. So that's typical, but oh well. At least it still wasn't too hot. Now my average pace for this run was 7:20, which is fairly average for me anyway. So I'm quite pleased with that because I did do so many hills. Although to be fair, with every up obviously comes a down, and the downs are very nice. And I think around 2 kilometers in, I'd done a lot of uphill, and then I suddenly had a lot of downhill, and that felt wonderful. So my tempos in total were 7:21, 7:19, 7:11, 7:13, 7:22, 7:56, that's the 6th kilometer. And then for the final half, which I don't think I stopped to walk in that final half, well, obviously not based off the numbers, 6:38, so quite a lot faster. But that's amazingly consistent actually across the kilometre, so I'm pretty pleased with that. And there, as always, is the graph. You can see where it went uphill and then where it went down. But again, the running is pretty consistent regardless of that, so I'm very pleased about that. So yeah, not an easy one, but again, glad I did it and glad I'm forcing myself to run hills because that was something I very much resisted doing and then very much caught me out in the half marathon. So I'm very sweaty, would you believe it? So good to be training myself on that. When I did stop to walk again I was on that steep uphill, but again, my lower back just like almost felt like it seized up. It's so strange, this hasn't happened before. So I need to have a look at how I'm running and why that's happening. Also, my knees were a little bit more tense today than usual. Usually I didn't really have neck pain while running. Not neck pain, knee pain. Except obviously the ITBS I had last year. But yeah, it was both my knees. So again, gotta have a look at why that's happening. But for now I'm gonna cool down and have some lunch because I haven't had lunch, and then get ready for Shabbat, shower, and then have a nice Shabbat hopefully. So I probably won't see you again until maybe tomorrow night or Sunday. Yay! Hello, I have just come in from work and I'm about to head out to my grandma's. She's invited me for lunch, which is very nice, and I'm going and it'll be nice and it'll be fun. But I had intended to go for a run today. I am still hoping that I'll be able to go for a run after lunch. I do expect I'll be quite full though, because my grandma makes a lot of food and I eat a lot of food when I'm there. But I did also, not just running, I had a lot of things I wanted to do this evening or afternoon because I knew I would have a lot of time after work and, you know, it would be chill and I would have the time. And I think realistically I will still have the time to do all those things. The biggest question mark is the running, I think. But if I can get the running done at a reasonable time and shower and wash my hair after, then everything else beyond that, more or less everything else that I really desperately want to get done today should be able to get done, and anything else can be put off to another day. But I am just about to head out. I'm very conscious that I haven't vlogged very much recently. Wayne wasn't very well for a lot of last week, so I didn't want to film when he was, you know, not happy. But he sort of started feeling better towards the end of yesterday and he's gone into work today, so we're all good to film. And I'm good to go, so I'm gonna go because I'm already late, but I did warn her because of work that I would be late. Anyway, hopefully I'll catch up with you after. Hopefully I'll be able to do a run. Fingers crossed. Okay, I've just come back. It is now 3:20. We finished eating at 3:45. So I think I'm going to give myself 10 more minutes. That gives me 45 minutes after eating. I realistically think that's not going to be enough, but we're just going to try and go for it because if I don't go, then I won't go. And my intention for today is to work on tempo, which is not something I usually do, but I do like running fast. I just can't do it for very long. And also I don't want to be out for very long. I've got too many other things I want to do today. So the plan is to do about 1 kilometre, which takes me just into the park. And then hopefully do 1 kilometre. So that first kilometre, very gentle, very slow, almost like a warm up. Then 1 whole kilometre as fast as I can. And maybe 1 whole kilometre is too much. We'll see when we're in the park. And then essentially 1 kilometre back at a calmer pace. I think that's my aim. And I'm hoping that will be about 20 minutes, give or take. And after doing that hopefully speedy kilometre, the next kilometre when I'm coming back will probably be uphill, and if I need to walk, I will. That's okay. It's more about doing the speed. And if I find that 1 kilometre is too much, maybe I'll do 500 metres and then walk a bit, or, you know, slower tempo, and then another 500 metres or whatever. I've never had to do a tempo like this before. Usually when I do tempo, it's right at the end of my run and I just push for like 100 metres. So this is going to be different and it's probably going to be hard, and I'm probably like incorrectly estimating what I'm gonna need and what I'm gonna be able to do. But yeah, we're just gonna do something along those lines, aim for about 3 kilometers and to be home at around 3, and then shower, wash my hair, and get on with the other long list of things I want to get done. All right, I've got 7 minutes to go. I will see you when I'm back and I'll let you know how it goes. Hello, it is 4 minutes past 4 and I've just come in. I definitely pushed myself on that, but I think in a good way. My right calf is a little bit stiff now though, so that's why I'm in this position, just trying to stretch it out. But I don't think I've injured it, I just think it's worked. I ended up doing 4 kilometers and I ran all of it except 250 meters, and that was at 3.25. So I finished, is that right? Maybe 2.25. I think between 1 and 2 is when I really tried to speed up, and then I forced myself to keep running for a little bit instead of just going straight into walking. So I went to 2.25, then I walked for 250 meters, and then I ran everything else. I'm going to do a couple of stretches and then I'm going to shower, and then I think I'll try and speak to you after about the breakdown of everything. Although seeing as it's not totally a priority, I might do all the other things on my list first and then only like later tonight speak to you. We'll see. But I'm really proud of myself. I'm glad I got out there and did it despite sort of plenty of reasons not to. All right, see you in a bit. Hello, it's been a couple of hours and I've got through most of the things I wanted to get done, which feels good. There's a couple of things that were on my list but I knew weren't really for today, and so they're not going to be for today. But yes, I feel good, although I did feel a little bit nauseous earlier, and I don't know if that's from running on a full stomach or if it's other things. It has passed now, but I can still feel my stomach, like, I don't know, acting up. So I'm just gonna have some leek and potato soup with bread, just very gentle, and hopefully I'll be okay. But while that's all heating up, let me just have a look. One thing I will say, I don't think 45 minutes is enough time for me, especially not after quite a big meal. But also while I was running, or yeah, like from the start, I was burping so much more than usual. I don't think well, sometimes I do think I burp on runs, but this was really something like to another level. And again, I reckon that's probably just because I was running on quite a full stomach. Anyway, let's have a look at this. Let's see. I did 4 kilometers and my average tempo was 7, which is generally already quicker than my last few runs. And actually, which does make sense, I did it for less than half an hour, so I'm pretty pleased with that. I'm just gonna stir the soup one moment. Okay, so my first kilometer was already 7 minutes per kilometer, or a 7-minute kilometer, which again is already faster. And I did feel like I was going fast. I was really trying to slow myself down, but clearly I was just ready for it. Then my second kilometer, which is the one where I really sped up, is 5:56, which is pretty awesome. It was very hard and it wasn't my fastest. Like, I know I can go faster, but for much, much shorter. And even this was a struggle and I really had to push to the 2 kilometer mark. But I am very proud of that. I'm very pleased. And then my third was 7:19 and I did do a little bit of walking in that one. Is that where I did the 250 meters? I can't remember now. But that was 7:19, so that, again, with a bit of walking, is very impressive, I think, for me. And then my fourth was 7:58, so I don't know why that one was slower. Maybe I walked in that one. But still, overall, honestly, I'm very happy. Yeah, according to my map, it looks like I ran until 3.25, which doesn't really add up to me. That doesn't make sense, but maybe I did do that. That's what it looks like, so do you see what I mean? Like, right there is where it slows down, so that would mean that I ran a whole kilometer and more after I'd done the speedy one, which is kind of crazy to me if that's the case. But yeah, honestly, I'm really pleased with that. That was a good run. It was hard. It was definitely harder than usual. And again, it was only 4 kilometers, you know, it wasn't very much, but I did it and I pushed myself, and I'm really proud of the fact that I pushed myself. So I do think that's a type of training I want to introduce more, because I'm sure it will help longer term. Essentially, my 2 tactics, if I am going to do this marathon, are number 1, just run as slow as possible and for as long as possible and work on increasing that distance week by week. So I'm now at like 6 point something, and, you know, to just keep building on that. But then ideally, point 2 is do things like this, where I'm forcing myself to run faster, even though it's really hard and annoying, but then hopefully that will make my slow pace runs faster naturally. Hopefully my easy pace will be faster, and I intend, if I'm going to do this marathon, I intend to run the marathon at an easy pace. And obviously with walking, but I just want to try and minimize how much walking and also go slow, but make the slow feel or be faster. Anyway, we'll see. But yes, I'm glad I went. And I also realised I don't think I'll be able to run next week because I'm performing next week, next Sunday. So obviously I'll try and find another time in the week anyway. But I'm even more glad that I've done 2 runs this week. And I don't hate it as much. I still don't like it. I still don't enjoy it, but I definitely don't hate it as much. And that is really worth something for me. But we'll see where this goes. I'm still not 100% convinced on the marathon front. Anyway, I'm gonna have some food now and continue watching some YouTube, and I will see you all later. Bye! Hello, good evening. It is, oh my gosh, it's 20 to 10. I'm kind of shocked by that. Wayne and I went to see Hamnet after work today, which was really good. I enjoyed it. Although, do you know what? It wasn't as devastating as I was expecting it to be. And I definitely felt like I was more upset when I watched the play a couple of years ago than this time round. And I don't know why that is, but I did enjoy it. I'm glad we saw it. And now we've just been chilling at home doing our own things for the last, I don't know, hour and a half or however long it's been. And we're about to have some supper, even though it is quite late. We did have a lot of snacks in the cinema. So I am going to have egg and avocado on toast, which I'm very much looking forward to. But Wayne wanted to get some soup. And so because he's gone to the shop anyway, I've asked him to see if he can find any like white soft bread that I can have instead of just having my regular brown bread. I've really gone off the whole wheat recently. I do still eat it because it does, you know, it is meant to be healthier and, you know, whatever. But without fail, every time I have it, and regardless of what I have it with, the taste of the bread, it's just bothering me. And whether I have it fresh or like from the freezer and then toasted or whatever, it's just not just not doing something, but like actively an unpleasant taste to me at the moment. I am still eating it. I had it for lunch today. I'll probably have it for lunch tomorrow. So, you know, it's not going to be enough to stop me, but I have noticed it. I am really curious what Wayne's going to come back with though, because he's been like half an hour, 40 minutes, and that's definitely longer than usual, but we shall see. Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Hello.
There was a fight at Sainsbury's.
Was there actually?
There was, yeah.
Jeez. I was just telling the camera how weird it was that it was taking you so long. I was like, I wonder what you're going to come back with.
Oh, well, the first thing that was taking me so long was trying to figure out if it was actually better value to buy
Oh, yeah.
a 4-pack of tomatoes.
I did this the other day. Which bread did you get? Let's see. What's the verdict?
Bread.
Bread.
It is bigger than the bread we had.
It's huge. Ooh. Okay,
Yeah.
wait, pass it to me.
Yeah,
This is going to last us a month.
Okay, that's going to last us up to and maybe including Wednesday.
I don't think you're right. I will check back in with the vlog and let you know. I'm also going to show the vlog the flowers that Wayne got me the other day because I don't think I've showed them yet, and they're so gorgeous, and they're just coming into bloom now as well, which just makes them even more pretty. Obviously we haven't got a very good place for them, but look at how gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Look at these beautiful, oh, they make me very happy. Pretty. And there he is! Surprise!
It's me!
Hey Wayne, you didn't shut the door!
Yeah, I haven't had the chance to yet. I also didn't turn off the light.
Oh no. Alright, let's... Can I keep that in?
If you must.
I don't have to.
You're welcome to.
Hello, I have had a voucher for Cafe Nero, which apparently expires after 18 months, and that day is tomorrow, so I decided to get something after work. I'm very curious about the composition of this, but it's a millionaire luxury frappe, which sounds right up my street, so let's try it. It's very sweet. It's primarily chocolate. I don't think there's any coffee in there, but it's very good, unless this is the coffee and I've just had the chocolate. But I am happy, I like it. Would you like to try some? It tastes a bit like chocomel, actually.
It does taste
Yeah.
like chocomel, yeah.
Well, there's no coffee, I would say, but it's tasty
there's a bit
and I'm
of
happy.
coffee.
Are you getting coffee? I'm not getting coffee.
The smallest hint. The smallest hint of coffee.
But I'm happy, so yay, I never get myself treats. So I'm gonna enjoy this, and then I'm gonna get changed because I am warm, and then I don't know what else I'm gonna do, but it doesn't matter. It's gonna be a chill evening. Wayne's here. Happy times.
Hi.
Hi. Hello. I'm a little bit glowy because I've just been stood cooking and I am very warm now, but Wayne's just opened the windows, which is very nice of him. I've tried a new recipe today, which was super simple. It wasn't even, I don't even know if you can call it a recipe because A, I didn't follow it at all, and B, all I did was add some spices to ready-made chicken. Or not ready-made, but like fake chicken. But this is what the end result looks like. Obviously we've got it with some chips. It's meant to be with roast potatoes, but we had some leftover chips and we had some garlic bread to use up. So that's our meal. And we will let you know how it tastes. I hope it's okay. It's a little bit burned, but I'm hoping the flavour will be nice. I might have done too much paprika, but that often happens. Are you excited?
Paprika!
And there's a Wayne's comment so far. We'll check back in with him later.
It smells really good. Looks really good.
That's good. Hello, we're just making the bed, hence the funny angle. Yeah, I think it was good. I think it was alright. I think there was too much paprika. And I knew that when I put the paprika on because I didn't measure anything. And it just came out very fast. What were your thoughts?
Yeah, I really like it.
That's good.
I probably would have done more paprika, so it's interesting to say you did.
I thought I did too much. Yeah. Was there another flavour you felt was too intense or something?
No, I didn't think it was. I just got a lot of the chicken. No.
Well, yeah, it was mostly chicken.
Burnt.
That's good. Yeah, it didn't actually taste too bad, thankfully. For the record, this was an Instagram recipe that my colleague sent to me because she knew that I was looking for new recipes, and I only recently realised that I can do chicken recipes but with fake chicken, and I like fake chicken. So that I was very glad to try. But as I said, I didn't really follow the recipe. I just took inspiration on some of the spices and that was it. But it was like a honey, paprika, oregano, garlic thing. But yeah, I felt it was a little bit too flavourful, would you believe? But I think it was good overall. And now we're gonna finish making the bed and then probably watch some more Parks and Rec. I'm still very warm. And I could take this off, but it's so cozy. Anyway, bye! Hello, I've just come in from work. It's about 5 minutes until Shabbat. I just very quickly wanted to say hi because I feel like I've barely seen you guys in the last week or two. But it's been a pretty good week. I have spent essentially all my spare time just working on these songs because I'm performing on Sunday, which is very exciting and also nerve-wracking. But I had a very good day at work today. It's the one day in, I can't even tell you how long, that I didn't bring lunch. And the reason for that was because I knew I was finishing a little bit early in order to get home in time for Shabbat. And anyway, I usually don't bring lunches on Fridays because usually I finish at like 2. And so I just eat when I get home, but today I was covering for my colleague. But I also knew that often we do have food at work and I just figured I'll make do with that and then eat properly when I get home. Only for my boss to go and say, have you had lunch? No. Would you like to order something? And so we did. And I'm still very full from that. And it is, well, almost 5 o'clock. And we had lunch at like, I don't know, 1:30, like a normal time. So that's crazy. But it was a good shift. It's been a good week at work. And also what was nice about the lunch was just getting to catch up and chat, which is always nice. I think just having a little bit of human time is always good. But yeah, I'm going to get changed now and then probably do very little until Shabbat, until I go to my grandma's for Shabbat. But I don't have any plans for tomorrow. I might go to shul. I'll see how I feel in the morning and what time I wake up. But if not, I'm going to enjoy the rest, the warmth inside the flat and maybe try and sing a cappella or do some warm-ups or whatever. But anyway, I'm going to leave it here and I will see you guys on Sunday. That might be a new vlog. I have no idea where I'm cutting this. But yeah, very exciting. Maybe Saturday night if I'm like feeling nervous and want to chat about it. But yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye!